Aloha, y'all. It is Thursday. Thursday, named after Thor. Etymologically, esoterically, it is Jupiter ruled day. It's the 6th of November. Sun's in Scorpio, 14 degrees. Moon's in Taurus, 28 degrees. It's about to pop out of there. Next few hours into Gemini. I'll reference the astrology as we go, but the moon in the last degrees of Taurus is conjunct Uranus in Gemini, which is retrograde or at least station direct. I forget if it's gone fully retrograde or not. It says it's retrograde, but I think it's station direct. I digress. So Moon Uranus conjunction is pretty off ratchet, and that's opposite Mercury and Mars, both in Sagittarius now conjunct by 5 degrees. So the cards we've gotten for today, though, the Four of Swords. The clarifying card is the Two of Pentacles, and the wild card for the day is coming from the Stone deck, Tektite. So, if you're an air sign, like a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius, you're the mind, you're a sword. Though we all have swords, they're the ones who are getting more stressed on that archetype. Emphasized, I should say. And the Four of Swords is about meditation, taking care of the mind as well as the body. Very Venus and Libra last degree, opposite Chiron and Aries, Jupiter and Aquarius, right? It was like, chill out. Rest before putting your plans into motion. On page 128, the Four of Swords, I allow myself to rest in stillness. Take this moment to rest and recuperate after a time of challenge. Recharge yourself. Give yourself a period of contemplation and stillness, rejuvenating the mind and the body. To sit in stillness and do nothing presents a different challenge as we observe the incessant mental chatter. But slowly we can see it is just the activity of an active mind. If you've seen Inside Out movies, you understand that you are not, it's a very Buddhist / Carl Jung kind of film, or whatever story, and that you have joy, you have fear, you have all these things, and they're apertures through which you behave and experience, but they're not ultimately who you are. They're just filters basically of biochemical reactions, archetypes, belief systems, whatever, all these things together. When we focus on the breath, very Moon and Taurus, and Jupiter and Cancer, Moon and Taurus, you're Gemini and what am I saying? Venus and Libra. When we focus on the breath and the accompanying sensations it causes, we are able to come into the present moment. In the present, we become simply aware of what is rising, unburdened by thoughts pertaining to the past or the future. Meditation and stillness allows us to dissolve the ego, or the illusion of the ego, which reveals a gift, the golden eternity, as described by Jack Kerouac, which conveys the mystic sense of rest and unity in all things. Very Mars and Mercury and Sagittarius, it's like this higher truth. North Node in Pisces, right? How do we tap into the being? There's do and there's be, yin and yang, as Alan Watts would say. So it's like actions, yes, but then there's just like existence. Be still and know. Be still and know. Cultivating the art of presence is our greatest gateway to true happiness. Very Venus, last degree in Libra. The Four of Swords depicts the Starman sitting in meditation. He holds two swords by the blades, so the implements of action and violence are transformed into tools of meditation, delicately balanced on his knees. In front of him spins a gyroscope. He will not remain sitting for longer than it naturally spins. Just like you breathe in and there's a stillness, and then you breathe out. Like the rest is not forever. You're not going to just disappear and go, to the mountains of India and disappear in a cave. But there needs to be a reset mode. The eye of the hurricane, it makes sense. Like just because of the physics of a hurricane, right? There's a still point, and it doesn't last longer than it, quote, should. There's, it's all in divine synchronous order. This time of rest is strategic, an integral part of a well-balanced, multifaceted life. The diamond geometry pattern emanating from his third eye refers to the Diamond Sutra, the discourse of the Buddha on the nature of ultimate reality. Uranus and Gemini, conjunct Moon and last degrees Taurus, opposite Mercury and Mars and Sagittarius, where it's just like there's a truth here if you have ears and eyes to see and listen. Buddha just means awake, awakened one, or whatever. It's the direct translation. MRI scans taken while patients practice meditation and mindfulness reveal how the brain's fight or flight center, known as the amygdala, the primal region of the brain associated with fear and emotion, actually shrinks in size when you meditate. So it's like you can tame the dragon. How to train your dragon. This is how you do it. While neuroplasticity, which is your brain's ability to change, adapt, and learn, is greatly impaired by stress and burnout, and most other organs of the body are also adversely affected. So it's Uranus conjunct Moon and Taurus, right? Your nervous system can really wreak havoc on your body if you're getting too much cortisol and you're just in a kind of fight or flight mode constantly. Chronic stress is a killer. It is crucial to have a period of replenishment after a time of intense work or any form of trauma. Jupiter and Cancer, Venus and Libra, last degree. The Four of Swords suggests it's time for you to take a break from the persistent activity and thrust of life. Investigate the nature of the mind through the powerful process of breath and observation. As we, at times, are forced to take care of the body, this is your time to support, nourish, and cleanse your mind, giving yourself space. Life is relentless, the stories of our lives revealing themselves moment to moment. However, there are times when you must simply stop, like the space between words that gives form to sentences, or silence in music, or negative space in art. Being still is as important as taking action. So meditation, take care of the mind as well as the body. Rest before putting your plans into motion. There's a really great Alan Watts meditation, or it's like, what is meditation? YouTube it. It's a great little video, 14 minutes, I think. I used to listen to it a lot before I tripped on psychedelics and stuff, when my mind is going crazy. And it's like, you are both witnessing and doing the thing. So it's like how to get in your breath, how to just like kind of watch your thoughts, and how to kind of get into a Zen place, right? Meditative place. So check that out if you feel so inclined. The card of the day was the Four of Swords. The clarifying card is the Two of Pentacles. So if you're a Pentacle, you're an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorns. This is Legolas in the Lothlorien Forest. If you know, you know. Page 164, I perfect the art of balancing responsibilities. This is almost like both sides of our hemisphere, or mind, body, or whatever. It's like the balance of the yin yang in the material. Like we have to ground and create space so we can actually apprehend in the meat suit more effectively. Striking a balance, reinventing yourself to suit your desires, riding the wave of challenge in your life. With the sun in Scorpio, with the moon in Taurus conjunct Uranus, is like there's a lot of intensity right now, and for various reasons. You know, Pluto's making squares in opposition to Jupiter. Pluto squaring Chiron and Venus. Jupiter squaring Chiron and Venus. There's a lot of energy going on, right? And we can take a moment out. It doesn't have to be all day. You don't have to disappear for weeks in an ashram or something, but you can take a moment and still yourself in order to come back into balance and harmony. The wild card is coming from the stone deck. It is tektite. You can quantumly entangle with this. It is fascinating. What is tektite? It describes any natural glass formed as the result of a meteor impact with our blue planet. Very much moon and last degrees of Taurus conjunct Uranus in Gemini. It's like something from afar. It chaotically punctuates our atmosphere and then creates a glass in our Earth. Modern science deems the stones terrestrial in composition, i.e. of this Earth. But believers and ancient astronauts have other theories. Who needs it? I hail from a star in Orion's belt, people. Those currently overburdened by resentments. Maybe the shadow of Sun in Scorpio. Where to put it? On your UFO landing pad or beside your meditation cushion? Beside your meditation cushion. When to use it? When gravity feels extra heavy, moon and Taurus, and it's time to initiate launch sequence and blast off. When you're bored with Earth life and want to expand your intergalactic horizons, it says raise your vibration. So how do we raise our vibration? We get into a meditative state. You start witnessing things, asking, why do I feel XYZ? Why do I feel this? Examining your beliefs and definitions, being psychoanalytic, being an observer, and even getting beyond your processing. But like there's levels to getting in the meat suit effectively, and it starts with stilling your mind and being healthy, as within, so without. So the more kind of peaceful and aware and embodied you can be, the better the results in the dream will be, right? And you raise your vibration from like fear and isolation and loneliness and stress to joy, acceptance, gratitude. Like that's how it's done. So hopefully you can get in your meat suit well today, rest your mind, try to munch, chew on the food. You don't want to just like inhale. It's like going to Golden Corral or whatever, all you can eat buffet. It's like you can taste everything, but then at some point you have to be like, I prefer that. Maybe ask why you prefer it, and then chew your food. And this is chewing our food and actually, drinking water with it and nourishing ourselves and embodying it. That's how we become the change we want to see in the world, raising our vibrations, right? That's what it is. So if you've enjoyed this, leave a tip. Obviously, tag somebody or share it. They probably would enjoy it too. Holler for a reading. An hour of cards is $50. 3 hours of astrology is $150. If it's your birthday, it's half off on either or both of those. So there's a great deal there. And if you refer somebody to me, you get half off on a card reading for yourself. So there's a good savings on a 5-star offering that you can get. Just try to be the change you want to see in the world by getting into your breath, getting out of the busyness. And that's how you reset and recharge your battery. And ultimately, you can come at things from a higher vibration. As esoteric and new agey as that sounds, it's an accurate assessment of the sitch. Enjoy your Thursday, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Adios.